Hello students, so this is just a quick overview to help you complete programming assignment 4. Programming assignment 4 is called Budgeter. What it does is it basically gets your monthly income and your monthly expenses, and it subtracts your expenses from your income. And if you have spent more than you have earned, then it says you're a big spender. But if you've been able to earn more than you have spent, then it says you're a saver. And then it also tells you if you're a big saver or if you're just a saver, or if you're a big spender or just a spender. Now, the way the program is set to work is this is the sequence of actions that happen. So the first sequence is, let me see if I can. So the question is, do you need to write the entire program? The answer is no, you do not need to write the entire program. A template has been given for you. But before I walk you through the template, I'd like to walk you through what are the items, the overview of what the program is actually doing. What the program does is it asks for the number of monthly income items. So this could be, you've got income from many sources. You've got, financial aid coming in. You're also working somewhere. So let's say you've got 3 income items. Then you will say 3 here. Then it gets the income items from the user. So for example, if you've got $1,000 coming from financial aid, and then $600 coming from the first job, and $200 coming from a gift from a family member, then these are the items that you will keep entering, the user keeps entering, and they keep getting added up. Then it says, which month did you get this income? For example, it could be any day, but what we're after is, the number of days in the month, right? So it's going to add up all of those and keep that total income. Then it's going to ask for the expenses. How many items are there for expenditure? Excuse me. Now that could be all the bills that you pay, your car bills, your insurance, your groceries and your rent and all of that. So you might say 4. And then it says, is this like a daily or a monthly, right? So here you may want to enter 1 or 2 depending. The reason why it's asking for daily or monthly is because if it's daily, then it's going to add up for those 31 days. And if it's monthly, then it's going to divide by 31 to know the expenses per day, right? So that's how it's going. Then it calculates your total income per day. It calculates your total expenses per day. It knows how to do it per day because it's got the days of the month. And then it simply says, okay, if income is greater than expenses, you're a saver, otherwise you're a spender, right? And it also tells you if you're a big saver or a big spender. It has been given to you, and I will just run the program also to show you what it looks like. But basically, you only need to complete 4 methods. The rest of the methods have been coded and given to you. And so the 4 methods are these methods which basically practice your if-else statements. But inside the methods, I've also given you comments with a lot of information on how to do the coding, right? So here are the 4 methods with all of this information inside here. The rest of the methods are given to you. So what you need to do is look into, now you know the overview of the problem, go into this method called check type saver spender. This one takes in the income, the net income. What is net income? Net income is income minus expenses, right? If this net income is greater than $250, just return the string big saver. If it's between 0 and 250, then it's not a big saver, but it's still a saver. If it's between negative 250 and 0, then you're a spender. Otherwise, if you're really in deficit, then you're a big spender. Now this method, get total income, takes in a scanner as a parameter, and it it's remember, it needs to get the total number of income items. That's the number of categories. And initially it sets income to 0. And it there is a method called prompt category income, which is like ask the user, can you please enter the number of categories? Save the user's answer in the variable number of categories by reading from the scanner. Set up a loop from 0 to that number and keep prompting the user to enter the income item, the income value for each of those categories. So if the categories is 4, this loop is going to go 4 times, and it's going to input the 4 different incomes that you have, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to keep accumulating that, and when you return from the loop, your income will store the total of all the values that the user has entered, right? This actually should be KB, it's not KEB. All right, and then what does this method do? So a lot of information has been given to you here. Now get total expenses. It takes, the scanner takes in the number of days, and what it's going to do here is it again sets the expenses to 0, and it's going to ask for the number of categories for the expenses, exact same as the income get the number of categories, and then keep looping and asking for the income for the expenses and keep adding that up. And then if the user, so here you see monthly, daily. Where did that go? You see, it has also asked for prompt monthly, daily. If this is going to be for, if monthly, daily is equal to 2, which means you have, if monthly, daily is equal to 2, it means you've asked for days, then you've got to multiply the expenses by the days. How do you know what the value is in days? Remember, the expenses are calculated after the income. And in the income method, you ask the user for which month, and you also now know how many days there are in the month, and that gets passed on to this method. And the display method is just displaying the total income, expenses, days in the month, and there's a printf statement that needs to be used, but I've also given you a display output method that has all of this information on how to use. That's an example of how to use the printf statement right here. Right? Okay. So now let me quickly run through. So if you look at the program as it runs, so this is how it will run. How many categories of income? Let's say, I have 2 sources of income. What's the income amount? I'm going to say 1111. Next income 2222. What is the month number? I'm going to say March, so that is 3. So it gets the 31 days from here. Now it says 1 for monthly or 2 for daily expenses. Let me say 2 for daily expenses. And how many categories of expense? Every day I spend, let's say, on 3 things. On my food, I spend $20. On my gas, I spend, $11. And then maybe my rent per day, I spend, let's say $50, right? And now here it says my total income was 333. You see that? It added up this, so this gave it the 333, divided that by 31, so it came out to 107.25 per day. My total expenses, right, was 2511. How did that happen? So it was 20 plus 50, 70 plus 11, so it's 81. 81 times 31 days in this month of March. So that's how it's got the 2511. And then, so it's $81 per day. So now it looks like my daily income was 107, my daily expenses were 81, and So you earned $822 more than you spent in this month, and therefore you're a big saver, right? So that's how this works. Now let me walk you through the template. The template has been given to you. All of these methods have been given to you, right? Display, all the display methods, and the display output method from which you can get the printf, that's been given to you. The switch case statement that is completely written and given to you, and please learn how to do the switch case statement from here. The 4 methods that you need to complete are starting from here, 1, 2, where it says fill and complete. Go to the bottom of the template to the budget helper.java, and the last 4 methods are the ones that you have to complete, and all the comments are here to help you put in the code on the spot to complete, right? Okay.